Hello, hello. Hey, welcome to Fiddlework Gaming. I'm Justin. Thanks for joining. It got a little bit of a early start, or I guess we're right on time. But yeah, if you're new to the channel or just watching a replay video, and you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. But yeah, apart from that, we're gonna get going on today's build. So today I'm doing just a free sandbox build for Dwarven Forge. And in case you don't know, Dwarven Forge is a company that makes these awesome. Oh hey Odin, you made it! Thank you for joining. I know it's late there, but yeah, really appreciate you joining the stream. So yeah, I was just explaining to some people who might be watching the replays that Dwarven Forge is a company that makes this awesome terrain for D&D, and it's all modular. So today we're just going to do a sandbox build. So I'm using my whole collection, or we probably can't fit it all on this table, but we'll use as much as we can. I've got mountains, I've got caverns, and I've got the regular dungeon tiles as well. You'll see here I've got a bunch of terrain trays laid out. So we've got a bunch of these guys that we can use. We can do different kinds of elevation and stuff. We've got a lava. I really like using this for like epic lava builds, or like having a bridge over this or something. We've got acid and water and whatnot. So yeah, I guess we'll just get started. Odin, do you have any suggestions? Like, I was thinking maybe we can do like a kind of linear piece, but we have this nice mat that I use for water, so maybe we can do some negative space with that. Oh, hello, Chris. Thanks for joining. Yeah, no worries. Go ahead and lurk. Appreciate the lurkers. No worries. But yeah, I guess we'll just start over here. Odin, if you have any suggestions, you can go ahead and fire those on the chat. In the meantime, I'll get some stuff. So I usually keep my Dwarven Forge in these like kind of like Tupperware craft boxes from Michaels, because they stack well. And yeah, this is the bulk of the caverns. I think what I'll start to do is I'll get some of these, you can see it here, these, what are these called? Bank pieces? Yes, the bank pieces, because they're good for like building negative space. I got a pack of those, and these are all, I painted all of these, by the way. So the only pre-painted set I bought was the dungeon tiles, because I didn't really feel like painting hours and hours of just the same kind of wall over and over again. But the caverns and the mountains are pretty cool to paint, so I did paint those. Ooh, okay, negative space with mountains. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab those. Hey, Demon Lord, welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I saw you on Mia's stream just a few minutes ago. But yeah, I was just explaining that we're gonna do a Dwarven Forge sandbox build today, so it's gonna be fun. You guys give any input or suggestions are very welcome, and we can kind of build a cool little build. Right now I'm just getting out the bank pieces, because I think we can use those for negative space. They mix quite well with mountains. Odin, I did paint my mountains like, well, they have a different like base gray, but I did paint them like caverns, so they mix well. So I'll show you that in a bit. I might have to go repaint some of them because they're a little light on the dry brushing, but I think they mix pretty well. All right, so I think that's good for now. And then we've got, this is my mountain box. So this is just one set of the Aranthor Mountains, the current one, not the new one from the amazing Kickstarter. Oh, hello, G-Man. Thanks for joining. All Father. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, these are my mountain pieces. You can kind of see I don't know if you can. They're pretty close to the caverns paint scheme. It's just the base grade is a little bit off, but I think it looks pretty good together. So, what will we do first? You know what? I think I'm gonna put these away. And we'll bring a bunch of these chunky pieces out here. Oh yeah, no worries, G-Man. Stay for as long as you like. No pressure. Just glad to have you guys on whenever you can join. Really appreciate it. So yeah, so we got these mountains here. Probably put this away for now. Oh, some of these ledges, these tiny little ledges are good. So we can put those in, work those in somewhere. Yeah, maybe we'll just start with we'll just start working our way over here and maybe kind of going up this way. So maybe we'll start with just maybe kind of like a bay area. So we can use some negative space to build out a little peninsula here or something. And then maybe work up to kind of a mountain. We'll keep the mountain back here, but maybe we'll work up and maybe make a wall that curves around this way. We'll see what we can do. So bring some of these caverns tiles over here as well. There's really no theme for this evening. This is my first stream build. So yeah, we're basically using mountains, dungeons, and caverns. But we're gonna start with mountains because Odin requested it. So we can kind of show you guys how they work together. With the caverns tiles specifically, they kind of, I find like mountains and caverns work together quite well. But maybe down the line we'll have some themes, but today is just a free-for-all build. So we're gonna continue. Let me just adjust my microphone so it comes a little bit closer. There we go. All right, so maybe we'll do something like this, and we can put maybe like that. That looks kind of cool. We'll start building. Yeah, I'll make it to this. And then it's always helpful to build these kind of up. They do make really nice, if you're doing negative space for like river gorges and stuff, I find you can make like a nice kind of sheer cliff that goes into the river, which is cool. But if you're doing walls, you kind of need something below it, like this, for example. If you're doing like a mountain wall, you kind of need that. But we might make a little river here. We could try that. Or you know what? I'm gonna do that in the next step. Maybe we'll make a waterfall going down, and see how that works. Yes. Nice, mountain time, yes. Hall of the Mountain King right here. Okay. So we could have a little waterfall going off this way. And I've got these stilts, which are super useful. You can just put these on the back and raise your terrain trays up. So maybe I'll do that with this and see how that works. And this is gonna come right off we'll try to build it so it's kind of coming off. Sometimes I use like little those like cotton pads, and then you can like stretch it out, and it kind of looks like rapids going off a waterfall. It's like a cheap trick if you just want to use a terrain tray as like a river. In the new Kickstarter, they have actually a waterfall, which will be coming. Odin, I'm sure you're excited about that. That's going to be coming, what, next June or something like that? But in the meantime, I'll just use this. Okay, so we can kind of do something like that. Maybe I'll raise this up a little tile. Something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then it's kind of flowing into this wider lake or ocean here. Yes, I was able to get in on the Kickstarter, Odin. I'm super excited. I went for mostly Heart of the Wilds, I think it was called. So not the massive mega build that was like $6,000, but some of the more affordable, but still varied sets. But I'm super excited about those. I got unpainted, so it's going to be quite a challenge to paint all that stuff. But when it comes in, I'm going to be very happy and busy. Did you get what did you get from the Kickstarter? I think I saw you tweeting about it before. So guys, in case you don't know, Odin has an incredible Dwarven Forge collection. I follow him on Twitter. Odin, if you want to put your Twitter handle on the chat, feel free and go ahead. But he posts some amazing builds. I recently looked at your Hellscape builds. I think that came in like a few months ago. The Kickstarter for that. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, really good stuff. I didn't get Hellscape because I don't see my party playing enough in Hell, and I'll probably just use these. I'm limited for space here as well, because my place is not that big, so I have to pick and choose wisely my Dwarven Forge sets. But your Hellscape stuff looks really, really cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this maybe like that. Actually, you know what? We're gonna step down. And one of these pieces? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we probably want to fill the back here. So we can fill this in with just some regular cliff pieces. Something like, probably like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe put one of these. There's like a little stone there. Actually, no, we're gonna start building the gorge up like that, I think. That looks not too bad. Oh yeah, the mega packs. The mega packs looked really good. They were very, they were tempting as well because they're so versatile. And there's like a lot of different pieces that I could see mixing with other sets. So they were cool. But though eventually all this stuff will be in the Dwarven Forge store. So if anyone misses anything during the Kickstarter, I guess you can wait longer and get stuff in later. But this is actually my first Dwarven Forge Kickstarter, so I'm pretty excited. I didn't catch the previous ones. I just ordered from the store, so. Alright, so what do you guys... So we can kind of step up this river with another one. And maybe we should try to do that now. And we can kind of build in maybe a mountain here. I've never done a live build before, so it's... I forget how long these kind of take to plan out and think, so this is kind of like pushing my creativity, I guess. right, something like that. That's pretty good there. Maybe put this in. Welcome to the Kickstarter family. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be part of it. My wallet's not so happy, but I am, as an individual, very happy. For those of you who don't know, Dwarven Forge is quite expensive, but I mean, if you play D&D as much as I do and DM and stuff, I think it's worth it. Definitely. I mean, it looks amazing, and once you build it all out, it's incredible. So it's kind of getting crooked, so I'll just put this over like this. And yeah. So maybe we'll just put a little spire on this corner here. Yeah, one of these little rock spires. We'll put it like that. Looks pretty good. And then kind of put something like, I don't know, to break the river up a little bit. Something like that. That sticks out a little bit too much. Maybe just like that. Yeah, why not? Why not? I should put, I think I have, oh, I'll just do it this way. How's that? That looks not too bad. These, stick in there. Maybe something like that. And then you can really use these cavern banks pieces. I think they might make them in the new. Yeah, they do. They make them in the new mountains pieces that's coming out in Kickstarter. But you can cap off the Aranthorn pieces with these, and it looks really good. So it kind of, it's not as flat then. You kind of just put this on. So I'm gonna do that right there. And it makes more of a, I don't know, more of a natural organic feel. So we're just gonna put a bend in this river here. I'll put this over here, maybe. Hey Mia, thanks for joining. Did you get dinner okay? For those of you who don't know, Mia's my wife, so appreciate her joining this stream. Okay, maybe I'll put this over here. Something like that. Can you guys see okay? Is this let me know if you want me to brighten things up or tone things down or move anything. Again, this is my first live build, so I'm open to suggestions on anything really. So we're just gonna line this up here and maybe put a, no, that doesn't work. What can we put here? Put another one of these here, and maybe fill the back out with this. That looks good. I think we're gonna actually scooch this over so it covers up the terrain tray. There, that looks pretty good. It's kind of like going down here. Well, this is a little bit weird because it's like a waterfall going into an ocean, but I don't know. It's fantasy, so it kind of has that feel. And then we're probably gonna build out this whole area over here with terrain trays once we go up the mountain a little bit. Perfect. You grabbed dinner. Grab dinner. Good. I knew you were. Mia was streaming before, so she was getting hungry on her stream. Looks good here. Okay, perfect. I'm glad it looks good from that end. Gonna put maybe one here. And feel free, guys, to shout out any ideas or anything you want to see me build today. I'm open to it. I've got some LED pieces too, which are really neat. Where's the switch? Yeah. So they like glow and stuff. So I can fit these in certain places. Maybe we'll go up the waterfall that goes into like a cave, and then maybe we'll build on top of that. Or maybe we'll build a cavern out from the... Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll build a cavern right out from the entrance. We'll put the water stream like running into the cave. That's pretty cool. But we'll finish this wall here first. So we'll do something like that. And maybe, yeah, maybe that's good. I don't like these kind of weird... I don't like it when things are flat, so I always try to make it... Put something there at least. Maybe... This is a bit big. Should I go like this? No. I'll get smaller pieces. Yeah, I just kind of like building up the corners, so it looks a little neater. Something like that. Maybe put this one here, and this over. Yeah, that's okay. It works for now. Maybe put this one like that. Looks pretty good. So you see now, yeah. So normally I would have some sort of cotton ball flying, curving over here to show like kind of a rapid. I don't know what to do about this. It looks kind of weird. Maybe should we get rid of that altogether? No, maybe. I don't know. We'll cap that off with something. Oh, I know it. Yeah, we got all these trifecta pieces. So these are from Caverns Deep Line. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we'll put maybe 2 of them out like this. No, that doesn't work. Oh, maybe like this. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. And where's another one of those? Do I have any more? Another one of these pieces. Maybe we'll just use this one here. Yeah, that looks okay. And then we'll need to put something there now. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. How's this? How's that look? No, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I want this there. The base mat I'm working on is this is a FLG mat 4x4. Frontline Gaming is the company, I believe it's called. They make awesome, and it's like a neoprene mousepad material. I've actually got another one underneath it, if you can see. So this is the swamp forest floor, I think it's called, and this one's the Caribbean Sea. So Odin, I play another game called Blood and Plunder, which is a miniatures war game. So it has a lot of sea in it, and there's like ship-to-ship battles. So this is really great for that. But it's also very good for D&D, and it looks really. I love the Caribbean like color of it. It's really bright and looks a lot better, I think, in my mind than the regular just plain blue deep ocean sea. All right, you know what? I'm gonna leave that for later because I'm stuck with that. So we're gonna move on, and maybe we're gonna put the mouth here, and it's gonna well up here. So we're gonna have to put some more mountain pieces on this side to kind of hide it. I'm actually running out of stilts too. That's okay. I think I have enough. So they make these little stilts as well, but I'm just stacking them on top to make it higher. And we'll just do that. And we'll kind of fill this out. Where's all my pieces? Here we go. like that. Put a piece down here to blend it. Something like that. And then we'll start piling on the walls up here. Speaking of which, we need a nice arch piece to go here. So, I wonder what we can use. I'm gonna go into my caverns box and take a look around. Alright, so we got a bunch of options here. We can take... let's see. We've got these small pieces, but that might be a bit too small. This is a bit too big, maybe. You know what? We'll make a small entrance. That's okay. Ooh, I kind of like this high arch. Oh, but that's a bit low. No, we'll keep this one. That one looks pretty good. This is the... I don't know what this piece is called, but it's like an arch entrance and you can put doors in it. It has a slot here and you can put like grates and doors and things like that. Cool. And then we need a few trifecta pieces to just make the little cavern inside here. So we'll make a little pool. And that'll be like a spring where the river's originating from. Love me some arch doors, yes. Yeah, there's so many cool little pieces to Dwarven Forge. I love it. Okay. Oh, let's steal this one. Yeah, that looks... Nope, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe like this? Not quite there. We do have more of these. So we put that one there. And then... we can figure this out. We can do this. I'll get some trifecta walls. Yeah, we can just do it with a wall, freestanding wall. So I think that should work. So I don't know if you can see from there, but the angle's high now. We've kind of got like this is entering a cavern now, and then we'll expand it kind of over here. Maybe put some walls up, or my walls over here. Corner piece and go for a straight. And then we want to close this part off. I'm not sure quite what to do. Oh, you know what? I got this cool piece here. It's like a stepped riser. So maybe we'll throw this. Is it too big? We can make it fit. It looks cool like that. It's kind of like stepping up. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We'll just fill in the arch over here. We're gonna have to start making floors actually, because there's no longer water in this spot. So let's just get me some regular cavern floors. And this needs to be changed. So maybe a straight one if I have one. Somewhere I do. This one. There, that looks pretty good. We'll just kind of adjust it so I can put a freestanding wall. Sticking out too much. That's okay. We'll put a wall here, but maybe we'll just use this. The geometry is not quite working out in this little area, but I think we can make it work somehow. There. There, that looks pretty good. Now we gotta either move this up again or just continue it along. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll just continue it along because I don't know if I can go that high. I'm running out of... I used a lot of my risers here. Not my risers, my elevation blocks? What are they called? I forget. Anyways, I use them here, so maybe we'll just go flat. And I'll make some room for that, and we can start building out this way. Now, what hazard would you guys like to see up here? I've got like acid, lava, I got more water, I got some weird stuff like ice and other things, but let me know and we'll use that terrain tray in the next piece. Acid. Okay, acid. We'll use acid. I don't have spikes, unfortunately. Oh, okay. I'll show you the options. So this is the acid. It's just stone on this side. So this is the acid pit. We've got... What is this one? Oh, we got water. We don't want water. We got enough water. And then we got lava. And then I'll get the other options. And for the smaller hazards, we got this weird, gross, gibbering mouther pit. We got a big hole in the ground. We got a necrotic sludge pool. We got some ice and cracked ice. And we got some quicksand. So yeah, that's basically the options. But we'll go with acid for now, and maybe we can add another hazard later on. Okay. Build this out like this. And I'm just gonna prop it up on... So when I run out of the elevation stilts, I just use mountains pieces. Because I have a lot of them and I normally don't use all of them. So I can simply just use these and just put it on these. It's pretty easy. Just like that. I'll put it a little bit closer. And where do we want to go? Something like that. Maybe we'll build a corner. We'll go flush. Just like that. That should be good. And then I'll just build this edge all the way along. Or part way along at least. Something like that. And we'll do that for now. I should tie this or hide this little piece here, and I'll just grab a little piece to do that. Yeah, this little, just to hide that there. And then we're gonna go into the acid area. Maybe what we'll do is I wonder if we can wind around. We got these tunnel pieces too. I wonder if we can wind around and do a little tunnel thing. No, I kind of want to do a big room. Never mind. So we'll figure out how to do this. Get some more trifecta and ledges and stuff. We got some here actually. So maybe it opens out into a big acid pit. And you have to kind of, the party has to kind of jump through the acid and up. I don't know. We'll try. So we can kind of use these two, these trifecta pieces to border it, and make a little. We'll make it quite a big area, as big as we can anyway. Oh, we got a huge wall. Yeah, we got this big one. This one's nice. I love this piece. This is one of my favorite pieces. This huge curved wall. It's great. So like a big pool of acid that somehow the party has to get through. And on the other side, they have a bank which they can hopefully get to. How they're going to do that, we'll find out. Need this. I kind of want to make this bigger. So we'll try that, and we'll have to connect this somehow. Something like that. And then we can use one of these to do that. There we go. We'll just adjust this. Thanks so much, Odin. Really appreciate the love. Yeah, Mia's much more frequent on Twitter than I am. I'm kind of not as online as much, but I do lurk quite a bit, I guess, because I I like seeing what other people are doing. But yeah, no, I appreciate the love coming from you. All right, we're gonna add a. These corner fills are really nice. You can just pop them in here to hide kind of the ugly gaps or ugly corners. I got 4 of them. I should probably get more, but throw in here too. We might steal them later and put them in other spots that are less, or that are more ugly than this, but we'll see. All right, and then we'll put a little hazard here. So, or not a hazard, but a little solution. So maybe a few stepping stones. Or stalactites for sure. Stalagmites, pardon me. Put a few of those in there. That's pretty cool. And then we're gonna curve around. It's already growing quite a bit. This build. But maybe we'll curve around this way even more. So I'll put another terrain tray over there. And then maybe I don't know if we want a bridge. I do have bridge pieces. Oh, you know what might be fun? I've got this cool piece here that just kind of like rises up. It's actually part of the caverns bridge set, but this one just rises up and stops. So this could actually rise up in the middle of nowhere, and maybe they have to make a flying leap to the other side. So I'll just replace this here, put that there, or maybe even like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll just dress the edges with kind of some shellac. Might. Maybe we get some in there too, just to hide up we can't see. And then one more there. And they have to make a flying leap to the other side. That's pretty cool. And then it's all about community. Yeah, no, and it's very weird once you start. I mean, Mia knows this better than I do, but once you start like contacting people, the whole world becomes very, very small, which is good because like you feel like you know people better, not just a kind of like random face on Twitter, but yeah, I can actually follow them, what they're doing, and have the same interest as you. And it's really nice. Odin, you paint minis too, right? I think I saw a few of your miniatures painted before. I'm pretty sure you do. Chris, who is on the stream, Mellow Minis, I think is his newest channel called. He's doing like a bunch of mini painting streams as well, so that's pretty cool. And I think I remember before that you were thinking about doing some, I don't know if it was mini painting videos or Dwarven Forge videos, but yeah, if you're doing Dwarven Forge or mini painting for that matter, but especially the Dwarven Forge ones, if you do some videos of that, that would be super cool. I think I saw a few of your like brief ones on Twitter, but if you do like YouTube style stuff, it would be really cool to check out because your collection is like amazing. Put a riser up here, and then we're just gonna curve around somehow. We'll figure it out. Maybe with this. Maybe we'll go up here. Are we getting off the table? Oh, we still have a little bit of ways to go. I'll try to bend it around and then we'll go down again to another cavern over here. But we're gonna have to fix this corner somehow. So put a corner piece there. No, that's not good enough. Will this work, I wonder? No. Ooh, that is almost there. I think what I need is, if I have this piece, yes. I might have already used this in this build here. Is it this one? No, that's not quite working either. We're gonna fix this corner somehow. Maybe we take this away. Just put a corner piece there. No, I like this piece though. Aha, this one? No. It's all about trial and error. Aha, that's good enough. Put something to hide there. Yeah, corner fill. There we go. So we kind of go up here, and we're gonna make a bend, and then back down somehow. Do I have a piece that goes down? I don't know. Maybe we'll just make a cliff. A cliff that drops down into another cavern, and we'll do that over here. Okay. So we need another small piece. Maybe we'll just use this. Save this one because you guys might want to see these creepy people or creepy gibbering mouth. Can we use that? That might work. We're just gonna prop this up. Use two of my ugly unpainted pieces to prop this up. Actually, we need to prop this up even more because I realize it goes up. But let's just see what we're gonna do here. It needs to come up here. So I'll need to stack double. There we go. A little bit precarious, but it's working. I need a few more of these curved. Oh, I got one here. Ooh. Alright, that should be good. Let me just put this on the corner so we make a 90-degree curve. And voila, we can just put it right here. Awesome. And then that'll go down, and we'll figure out how to do that right now. I'm gonna put another terrain piece. So now we come to the second hazard, which might have to be a bit more of a square hazard. So thinking not organic. Maybe what's not organic? Maybe a lava pit, or maybe this weird thing. You know what? We have the option to do both. So I'll do the lava tray. And then if we want to put this on top of it as another terrain piece or hazard piece, we can do that. All right. Just check the chat. Sorry, my eyes are very bad, as most people know, so I just have to squint to see what you guys type. Ooh, you remember how I said I don't have anything to go down? Well, I've got these riser pieces that fit together nicely. These wall risers. So I'll put those there. I'll have to put something under them to prop them up a little bit more. But we just need to fix this piece. So we'll just grab a piece here to fix this. Actually, I got another one of these riser pieces. I didn't realize I had so many, so I can just put that there. I don't need to fix it. And then on the other side, we'll just put 2 regular floor pieces down. Bottomless pit. Oh yeah, we got that too. So maybe we'll do that over there somewhere. And then these can go like this. And then we'll put 2 more pieces. And then so it doesn't look so sharp, you can use these bank pieces to gently rise up. So you put those there. And then maybe we'll just do that into regular floor. How many, let's see how many of these corner pieces I have. Kind of do something like that. Something like that. Maybe. Step down into lava. And then we'll fill the room out somehow. See how many of these trifecta pieces I have. Yeah, not many more. So this is gonna have to be. Let's see. Maybe we'll just off here. It's more of like a symmetrical pit. And what are we gonna do with the walls here? Figure out something. Okay, for this wall I can just put this here. No, I don't want to put that there. Maybe this one? There we go. Okay. Aha, we're getting there. And how does that look? We can put the bottomless pit. We can probably put the bottomless pit over here when we come along there. But I think we want to widen this room a little bit more. It looks a little bit too small. Something like that. Alright, so we're just widening this room out. We're gonna have to add another terrain tray. So we got all sorts of terrain trays going on here. And my building space is getting smaller, but that's okay. That means the build's getting bigger and better. I do kind of like this area though. It kind of shows, let's see what we can do. I don't know if I want to build it too far out. I'm gonna try to cap it off here. Maybe we'll end the build here and try to build around it so it kind of looks nice from the front. So we're gonna put the bottomless pit here instead of the lava, because we already got acid. Maybe we don't need. Maybe the lava's overkill. So if we put that there, we can just put a little. It's pretty good, like stepping down into the pit, and we can build around it. Let's see. What can we put to surround the pit? I think this has to go here. This is too straight, so maybe like that, and then back out. There we go. There we go. So maybe at the other side of the bottomless pit, you got this kind of cool little pedestal holding something. Oh no, I used the other piece here. Okay, maybe not, but that's fine. We just have a regular wall. Yeah, why not? And then maybe we'll put a tower. We got this cool piece here. The stairway to hell? Is it called? What's it called? Stairway to violence. That's what it is. We got this piece here that we can put maybe just after the bottomless pit. Yeah, why not? Put a corner piece in here. What piece do I need for this one? This one? I need the opposite of this one. I don't have the opposite of this one. I'll just use this one. Maybe we'll do this. Aha! Freestanding wall here. Aha! We won't. It's getting tricky. We must. Oh yeah, we have a corner piece here. There we go. That looks better. I'm a sharp. Well, I was recommended in previous streams to dress up. I mean, I dressed up in a few of them, but I'm not always a sharp dresser, especially during COVID. During the day, I'm mostly in sweatpants. But maybe I figured, since I'm in sweatpants most of the day, I could dress up for stream. Odin, how are you guys doing with COVID? Are you you're in the States, right? So I heard it's not the greatest down there. I hope everyone's staying safe and you guys are all okay. I'm in Vancouver, so we're doing okay, but not the greatest recently with cases. So a lot of my time has been spent at home, as well as my wife. But we have each other, so that's good. And Twitter and YouTube and all the online community, which is great. Okay. Put a floor piece there. Put another floor piece here. I kind of like these bumpy floors. Stagnant puddle floor, I think it's called. They look really cool. Maybe put this here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we get to put this up here. I'll turn the LEDs on so you guys can see the effect. Aha. Cool. I'll build out the front of the build so it looks more seamless with the water and everything. So let's do that now. Just dress the front. Should be easy enough to do. And we're just using mountain pieces all the way along here. Should be pretty simple and easy. I'll save that for the corner in case we need it. And the key with this mountain set, I think, is because it can get repetitive, is just to mix up pieces. So you have a lot of these straight, you have a lot of these straight pieces, and if you just line them up all in a row, it looks kind of lame. But if you vary it with like a slanted piece, and then maybe some of these rocky outcroppings, it looks pretty cool, even though a lot of it's pretty basic geometry. If you mix it up a bit, just because of the way it's sculpted, it looks pretty good when you mix the pieces. Oh, well, I'm glad your family's good and you're holding tight. We'll get through it soon. We'll get through COVID in a matter of months. Well, hopefully by the end of 2021, things should be back to normal. So, yeah. But yeah, I feel for you. It's a frustrating time, but anyways, I don't want to talk about COVID too much. Everyone talks about it all the time, so this is not going to be a depressing stream. But yes, I'm glad to hear you are doing well. Oh, hey Mia, no problem. Yeah, I heard him go out, so our dog is we took him to the dog park today, so I think he's been pretty happy. Usually he whines at this time for me to play because well, during work days we work, and then at the end of the day we take him out for a walk, and after the walk he's usually hyper as heck. So but today we kind of burned his energy at the dog park, so hopefully he's doing a little bit better. He's not as pent up. Put that there. I'm gonna fill in the yeah, we'll add this to the corner. There we go. And I'll just go around the other side and build the rest out over there. Hey, Demon Lord, no problem. Cleaning's important, so glad you're getting your chores done. And it's kind of fun to look back probably and not pay attention throughout the whole stream. You can see like, oh, what happened? What happened? You can see progress as it goes in steps and steps. Right now we have to build out this little part. I mean, not build it out, hide it a little bit. So I'm just going to grab. I'll probably get something here to block it, and I think I can just use freestanding walls for that. So I'll just that just kind of hides up this little area. This is actually a secret wall, so if you want to put something behind there, you could. It's like a little secret door. And then for this part, I'm just gonna get some. Running out of ledges. I do have this. These are too big. I do have the ledges from Dungeon of Doom, so I'll probably dress this with those. And you can also use those in the same way that you do with the trifecta, or sorry, the bank pieces on the mountains. Yeah, these pieces here. So you can just go, I don't know, something like that. Something like that. Maybe we'll remove this piece. No, we don't want this to show. Keep this piece here. It's pretty good. That. And I don't know. I'll be right back. I'll throw in some pieces there. This is challenging. Maybe that. How's that? There, that's okay. That's okay. Put one piece here. Sure, why not? It's a little messy, but works okay. Maybe we can put this piece here. I like these pieces. So, and we'll put this one. Oops, like that. There, that looks good. What else do we have to do here? Any pieces that we're missing? That one looks a bit weird, so we'll get another. How about this? Aha. Got a piece here that we can probably use corner fill. Sure. There we go. Oh, no worries, Odin. Thanks for joining so much. I'm surprised you stayed this late. I know it's quite late, especially if you have kids. So thanks so much. Glad you liked the stream, and we'll see you next time. I'll do them here. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll do it every now and again. Yeah, I'll definitely post the finished pick on Twitter once this is all done. Also, I might end up running this for a campaign at some point. This is a free build, but I might as well use it since I'm putting in the work. This looks so dope. Thanks, Demon Lord. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's actually almost done. So we're just gonna maybe we'll dress it up a little bit with some fun stuff. But other than that, we'll clean up the front, and I'll get rid of that pile of ugly stuff. And we gotta fix this piece here. It looks weird. It's bothering me. Maybe we'll just do that. that. There we go. And then just do that. This is technically supposed to be coming off. So we're just gonna put a piece here, which we can. I have a piece. I might have used it, but we can steal it. Oh no, there's one here. I'll just put this like that. And then this looks kind of weird here, but if we had like waterfall material, I'll just put that there to hide that. So that part is done. Now, let me clear the front, and we can put some fun stuff through here, maybe minis and whatnot. Yeah, I'll clear the front part. Alright, so that's kind of what it looks like from the front. It looks pretty nice. We've got this little blue glowing mushroom fungi kind of basalt wall here. Maybe we'll put this in somewhere. I don't know, maybe we can just put it right there. The good thing about Caverns Deep is you can put these little wall inserts almost anywhere. You can put them in the passageways, you can put them between two doors, you can put them in these like archways. We didn't use this today, but you can put them right in there, kind of like that. But we'll just put this maybe up here. So it almost looks like a dead end, but maybe the party has to do some magical ritual to make this open and boop, 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 boop. And for it to go away, something like that. It's kind of fun, so maybe we'll just plop this in right in the passageway right there. Fits in nicely. So what do they have to do? They have to get to the waterfall first. And how do they do that? Maybe they will be rowing a canoe. This is not Dwarven Forge. This is a product of Justin. I made this canoe in my dad's shop. Well, my dad helped me with the router, and I whittled part of it, but it turned out pretty good. It's from a apricot branch that fell off my parents' tree. Put some minis in there. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got some minis, we'll just put them in the boat. We got our little party of 4 here. And the tabaxi up the front. So maybe they come here and they they row in. Trying to find the entrance to this underwater temple or dungeon of sorts. Now they come across a waterfall and they have to figure out how to get up. They can't row up there because the current's too strong, so maybe they have to sail in over this way and then jump up here, maybe do some acrobatics to get over the rocks using either magic or ropes. Maybe I should put a stepping stone here. Or just sheer ability. Maybe they can try to jump their way to the entrance. And at this point, the water is not as rushing, as raging, so they can just crawl in through this little entrance. You could also have this little secret entrance here. I got another one. You could also put it there, and maybe it comes out. You could also have these little secret doors. You could put this here, and it could be like, hey, where's the water coming from? It must be coming from somewhere. Oh yeah, this opens. And they find the secret door and they come in this way. At this point, they're in this little entrance room. Maybe there's a little encounter here, where they have to kill some baddies, a little kobold or whatever not. But eventually they make their way up here, and then, oh no, they smell this caustic, bubbling acid smell coming from this room, where they realize there's a giant acid pit and they have to get across it. Can we use... Yes, actually, this is the canoe. Sorry, I'm just answering Demon Lord's question. Can we use this in Blood and Plunder? This canoe I made for Blood and Plunder, so this was actually almost to scale, I think, of the ones you can purchase. But I thought it'd be fun to make my own canoe, so you can actually use those in Blood and Plunder for sure. If you're talking about the build for Blood and Plunder, it might be a bit complicated for Blood and Plunder. You could do like a, just because the units are, Blood and Plunder is a different game, so the units have to spread out a bit more. This is very much D&D focused, but for Blood and Plunder you could definitely do something like it. You'd probably just have less stuff and more area to maneuver. The canoe looks massive compared to the cliffs. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a sturdy canoe. Okay, so anyways, they are bouncing along here. Here they have an encounter, and they have to try to get across the pit. Maybe the tabaxi wouldn't fall, would he? Maybe he would. Maybe he would fail his acrobatics check, being the overconfident rogue that he is, and he just falls into acid and bubbles away, and that's the end of him. So we have the monk who's next, and the monk decides to actually throw a rope to the other side. And maybe, I don't know who she is. She looks like a baker, so maybe she throws some sticky dough on the other side, and then the monk throws a rope that attaches to the sticky dough, and whee! They fly down across the acid pit. You like the acid room? Yeah, it's a fun room. But I think as a player, Mia, you might not like the acid room so much. So just keep that in mind. I'm the DM for Mia, in case you guys didn't know. So if she likes acid, I can definitely introduce acid in our games. Anyways, so they are moving along here, and maybe they have to climb the stairs up into the caverns, and they see this weird glowing mushroom on the wall, what appears to be a dead end. The monk decides, it's not for me, I'm going home. But maybe the fighter, who is typically not that smart, but in this instant passes a Arcana check, maybe, or intelligence, and say, hey, no, I remember reading about this in a book somewhere. All you have to do is speak the words, mushroom in Elvish, and the wall should disappear. And she does so, and then boop boop. The wall disappears and revealing the passage beyond. So they go on here, make their way to this giant room with a giant pit in the middle. Now they're a bit confused. Maybe they think, oh, maybe you have to jump in the pit to get to the dungeon. But actually it's just a pit to the bowels of the earth that once you jump in there, gravity increases gradually, and over a period of 10 minutes, it increases so much that to the equivalent of a black hole, you are crushed from all sides. So you don't want to be going into that pit. However, the gravity is quite strong, so it's kind of pulling them closer and closer. They have to pass some strength checks to... please don't. I'm just reading the comments, yeah. Anyways, maybe they have to pass some strength checks to avoid getting sucked into the pit. And maybe they even have to leap, because they're trying to get to this... They inspect the walls, they don't see any secret passages along the walls, so they figure, oh, the entrance must be up here. So they jump this way, at which point maybe some previous ghost appears in this room, frustrated by the group's success and not being crushed by the pit, and then these phantoms appear, a few banshees wail out and attack the party. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, they fight those off with the gravity of the pit sucking them in at all times, mind you. So maybe it's a challenging fight, but eventually they succeed and make their way to the top of the stairway to violence. And then there's a little trap door here, which they have a key to open, which was given to them by some bard in the tavern for 50 gold. And then they open said trapdoor, and then maybe go down into the dungeon below. Something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of other things you can do with this build. You could actually make the encounters much more complicated than that. Much more enemies around. I don't know. But it's just something, some fun free build that we did, and I don't know. Actually, I'm surprised they did it in this quick of time. I thought it would take me a lot longer, but kind of pushed my way through and just kept trucking along, and it actually looks pretty good. I might use it in an upcoming session. I thought I was seeing things, but it was glowing light. Yes, you can see this piece has a little torchlight flickering on the side. Two of them, I believe. Oh no, there's just one. Some of them have two on each side, but like these entrance pieces, they have flickering lights too. It's very, very cool. But yeah, that's basically it. You could also do something here where you can maybe bring in a bigger boat. Maybe this is the underground complex of some fortress that's actually built on top, and you can actually use castle pieces to build on top of this, and maybe a warship's coming in to fire upon the fort, and everyone's kind of hidden themselves in these underground passageways. I don't know, but it's pretty fun. A lot of different creative ideas you can do, and often when I'm doing when I'm thinking about encounters or stories in D&D in general, it's nice to just go nuts with Dwarven Forge and I just build whatever, and I think, oh, I can now see how I can use this in the story, or oh, I could actually use this to inspire an encounter. So I don't know, it's pretty fun. Often through building Dwarven Forge, this creative part of the storyline is unfolded, I guess. Yeah. You like the story that goes with it? Yeah, well, no, it needs to have a story. It's D&D. It must have a story, right? So that was just a sample. Obviously, if you guys use this build to inspire your own, you can create your own stories. Any questions before... I'm obviously going to leave this here and take some pictures, but any questions, suggestions, or advice? Teleport in 3, 2, 1. Teleport. Actually, it would be cool. I have never done that, but it would be cool to set up some teleportation rooms in dungeons. I've read about them in D&D. Actually ran them for D&D, but I've never actually used too much in Dwarven Forge physical tabletop play teleporting rooms yet. But yeah, 3, 2, 1, poof. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. So I'm probably gonna stream on Monday, and if it's not Monday, it'll be a little bit later this week. But this recently came in the mail. Ports of Plunder, Colonial Porthouse set. So if you're at my previous streams, you'd see me build the... do I have them? Yeah, they're right here, actually. So I built these kind of port houses just out of foam and pizza box lid and grout. So we're gonna see how this homemade, completely from scratch solution compares to this, which, to be fair, this is these houses are a little fancier. They got like nice balcony and stairs going up, so this will be a little bit complicated to build on your own. So that's kind of why I got it, and I think it complements the kind of more poor hovels nicely. So you have like a poor district and a middle class district, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna unbox this and build some of it on Monday, hopefully. And if not Monday, the next stream I do. How would you do teleportation runes with Dwarven Forge? I'm glad you asked. So, there's a number of ways to do it. You could even use these little wall pieces. Maybe this is a teleportation rune in itself, and maybe it's off when you encounter it, but through activating it, you turn on the teleportation rune, and it warps you to the other matching piece. Because I think I have a few. Yeah, so I have this piece as well, which is actually the same piece. It just has a different LED port or insert in the port right now. But if you made both of these blue, maybe these are two different teleportation areas in the dungeon, and that kind of marks it. You could do something like that. Or I've got these little pieces from Dungeon of Doom. Now these are actually LED pieces, but they kind of got a cool little circle engraving on the top. So you could just use that in itself as a little teleportation room. Teleportation rune, I should say, not room. Or you could pop on this little guy, and maybe it's a little snake. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you look into the snake's eyes, and the snake stares you in the eyes and teleports you to the other snake in the dungeon. There's lots of ways to do it. Whoop. Are there special pieces? There are special teleportation pieces that are specifically made for that. Dwarven Forge, I think, I don't know. They have definitely they have some teleportation circles. There's like a big 4" by 4" one. I think it came with Caverns Deep in the starter, not the starter set, but the first room. But you can invent creative ways to make them. Where can treasure be found? Just wondering. Always thinking about treasure. I'm thinking in this build specifically, maybe the treasure lies below. This is kind of a pre-dungeon, so just entering the major dungeon complex that goes below. But maybe you can find treasure in nooks and crannies. I mean, there is this spot right here. That's kind of like a hidden nook. And if you build that out in more detail, maybe this secret door opens. So this would be good. I probably wouldn't tell my players and focus on this too much. But should any of them be savvy enough to explore the cliff face, they could spot this with a check. Otherwise they would miss it. Maybe if they dive into the river, they might find some treasure that is washed down from previous adventurers that got destroyed. I don't know. There's lots of different ways. Or maybe there's some treasure in the black hole. No, there's no treasure down there. It's just death. Can you use this to level up a player? Yeah, certainly. I mean, depending on the level, probably for this, if you're talking about this entire encounter, in my games it wouldn't be enough to level up a player unless it was a really low level. Like, I don't like keeping people at level 1 or 2 or even 3 for that matter for too long. So if they go through this in like one session, I'll probably level them up from level 1 to 2 if they wanted. Or if they got through it in a session. Because keeping people at level 1 and 2 is kind of... It's not the funnest. Yeah, I showed you my new houses, like a checkpoint. Can't see? Oh, what can't you see? Oh, see, I'm reading the chat way too slow. Oh, I'll show you the snake again. I think that's what you mean. Where did I put it? Let me bring the snake back. There, hopefully you got a good view of the snake from that. And I hope that's the piece you were talking about. How do I know when to check when it comes to leveling, I think you mean? Or do you mean, how do I know when to make an ability check? Is that what you mean? I'll just wait for Demon Lord and we'll just tidy some of this up. I'm trying to think what else you could do with this build. This is a nice kind of use of elevation. I really like using elevation in my builds because it brings the tabletop to life, I think. And there's a lot of different things that go through players' mind when there's elevations involved. Like I had one... oh, sorry, 1 second. Runestones, these LEDs. Anyways, what I was saying is, what was I saying? I got a mind blank because I was checking the chat. Oh yeah, elevation. So I like using elevation in my builds because players think differently. I had one build where it was actually quite high. It was like a cliff face in a cavern, and Cyclops was chasing the party, and they could choose to either fight the Cyclops or climb the 60-foot cliff. But they were kind of like, if we climb the cliff and then fall off, are we going to be like on the ground really hurt while the Cyclops just kind of finishes us off, or should we just fight the Cyclops and then worry about the cliff? So it brings a lot of interesting dynamics to encounters when you have elevation, versus if it was flat, they'd be like, oh, we can run away from the Cyclops, or I don't know, that just kind of dilemma never would have came up. Oh yeah, for ability checks in general, yeah, you can just say your character wants to do something. I like it when characters or when players just say, my character does this, my character does that, versus asking, can I do this? Can I do that? May I do this? I mean, you can just do stuff, and then I'll tell you if it, or the DM usually will tell you if it succeeds or fails, or if you need to check. But yeah, it's nice just to blurt it out sometimes, like, I'm jumping off the waterfall. Okay, we'll see if you survive. Or like, I'm swimming up the rapids. Okay, make a strength check or make an athletic check, something like that. But yeah, it's pretty fun game. A little piece of dog hair. For those of you with pets, I don't know, but I think we vacuumed our house like 4 times today. I'm still seeing I saw a piece of dog hair on the table in Dwarven Forge that was supposed to be sealed in a box. How did it get here? I don't get it. There's fur everywhere. Anyway, it's my pet rant. But yeah, I think that's about it for our stream today. I'll take some pictures and put it on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for joining. I will hopefully do another one on Monday, if not Monday, a little bit later in the week. And then we'll look at the next one. We'll look at those port houses that I just showed you previously. So yeah, thanks so much. And I'll call it a night there. Bye-bye.